did not hit my wife in the face, ever. She falls down a lot.
We're on the camera. Baby,
we don't need to do that.
Word.
Don't tell me I want to say it. I'm going to curse your hand. Stop it. Don't tell me I want to say it. I'm going to curse your hand. Stop it.
Welcome back to Celebrity News Addict. Today, we're taking a deep dive into all the latest news surrounding Denise Richards and Aaron Phypers' divorce. As days go by, the accusations just keep getting uglier. So in this video, we'll be getting into it all, including Aaron's latest allegations against Denise that she was having a lengthy affair, who it's with, how he found out, alongside a lot of screenshot evidence, the dog custody dispute, which involved a call to 911 and a potential restraining order violation, and Denise's accusations that Aaron stole her laptop and leaked nude photos of her, the proof against him, and the threat of a potential revenge porn lawsuit. Plus, we'll get into yet more evidence that Denise will be returning to Real Housewives of Beverly Hills next season while fighting the most toxic and allegation-filled divorce battle Bravo may have ever seen. From infidelity to dog custody, allegations of physical abuse to substance abuse, we've got all the latest information on Denise and Aaron's messy divorce as it's unfolding. So let's get straight into it. Let's start with a brief recap of how Denise and Aaron went from a loved-up couple who were never getting divorced to bitter enemies in just a couple of months, before we get into the latest news. I've done a full deep dive into this, which I'll also link below if you want to go back and remind yourself of all of the details. And feel free to skip ahead if you're already up to date. I'll leave the timestamp on the screen. So, to summarise where we're at, after meeting in 2017 at Aaron's wellness clinic, Quantum 360, Denise and Aaron shared a whirlwind romance while Aaron was in the process of separating from his then-wife, Nicolette Sheridan. Once his divorce from Nicolette was finalised in August 2018, a full year into his relationship with Denise, the pair couldn't wait to tie the knot, and it was only a matter of weeks before they were married on September 8, 2018 at Cypress Sea Cove in Malibu, a ceremony that was filmed for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills Season 9, Denise's first season on the show. Although the pair never had children together, Denise brought with her 3 daughters, Lola and Sammy, who she had had with her ex-husband Charlie Sheen, and Eloise, who she had adopted in 2011, long after her and Charlie split. Aaron also later legally adopted Eloise in 2019. While they were all loved up, Denise was proud to boast that Aaron was a natural stepfather. Back in 2019, she told She Knows, quote, "We have a strong family unit. We're very secure, and I'm so happy that Eloise has such a wonderful dad and my girls have a great stepdad." In fact, all the way up until just this year, Denise and Aaron publicly seemed to be rock solid and true soulmates, often sharing posts about each other to Instagram and showing off their love on Denise's Bravo show, Denise Richards and Her Wild Things.
Yeah, I'm never getting divorced again. Yeah. Even if we hate each other, I'm not going to get
just
divorced.
Different homes or
That's
something,
fine.
but we're not going to hate each other.
We have enough homes, but yes, I agree.
But everything wasn't all as it seemed, as behind the scenes, there were clearly cracks. Fans noticed how, in an episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills back in season 10, Aaron dragged Denise out of a party after a fight with some of the other housewives, muttering, quote, "Don't tell me what to say. I'm going to crush your effing hand." This got people whispering. If he was willing to say this on camera, what else was he capable of? And what else was going on behind closed doors?
We're on the camera. Baby,
we don't need to do that.
Word.
Don't tell me I want to say it. I'm going to curse your hand. Stop it.
Then, after being confronted about this at the reunion and claiming she didn't even know that he'd said that, Denise left Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and the pair continued to present a united front publicly. Although behind the scenes, close friends of Aaron and Denise told the Daily Mail that, quote, "All they were doing was fighting. It was very toxic." Then, on July 7th, 2025, Aaron filed for divorce at the Stanley Mosque Courthouse in LA after an explosive fight with Denise on July 4th. Talk about Independence Day. According to reports, over the holiday weekend, the couple had a blowout fight where, quote, they were basically like, F you, and he marched off to file for divorce, heading straight to the courthouse on the following Monday. In his filing, Aaron cited the classic irreconcilable differences as the reason for the split. He also requested spousal support, claiming that Denise makes $250,000 per month from OnlyFans, brand deals, and reality TV. On the other hand, he stated that he has had zero income for the past 12 months after shutting down his business and relying on Denise. Plus, there's the legal battles he's fighting, but you'll have to watch the previous video for all those details, which will be linked below. Anyway, alongside spousal support, Aaron also requested 50% of the couple's production company, Smoke and Mirrors Entertainment, which was involved in producing Denise's reality series earlier this year. And he also asked that they keep their assets and debts as separate property, while requesting the return of his power tools, his Shelby GT500 supercar, and his 2018 Indian Dark Horse motorcycle, listing those as his only assets. Aaron went on to break down the couple's expenses, saying they spent over $105,000 per month. However, while all of the financials were top of his list, Aaron didn't make any plea for joint custody over Eloise, the pair's adopted daughter. Instead, he ticked the box to say they had no children together. Following the filing, a source close to Denise said she was, quote, devastated and relieved at the same time, explaining she was mentally exhausted from the fighting and glad that's over. The source added, quote, she is 100% not looking forward to the divorce because he's made it clear that he won't go quietly. And now she has to gear up for a battle, which isn't what she wants. Then, on July 17th, the divorce was taken to a whole new level when People magazine released an article reporting that Denise had accused Aaron of domestic violence and has been granted a temporary restraining order against him. I'll briefly recap her accusations. In her documents, Denise shared details and photos where she accused Aaron of physical assault, alleging he had caused her multiple concussions and threatened to kill her if she reported him to the police. She also accused Aaron of going through her phone and laptop while she slept and transferring her messages onto his laptop, and alleged that on the day of their final fight on July 4th, Aaron got into her face and screamed at her. Denise requested that Aaron return her laptop, all photos, recordings, and phones, adding that she wanted him to be, quote, prohibited from using, delivering, copying, printing, or disclosing any text messages, emails, photos, notes, or other content from my cell phone or laptop or any other electronic device. Finally, she requested that Aaron pay for her legal expenses, as well as other expenses caused by the alleged abuse, and requested that Aaron attend a 52-week batterer intervention program. Clearly, her allegations and evidence provided were enough for the judge, as Denise was granted a temporary restraining order from the Superior Court of California on Wednesday, July 16th. She did not request a restraining order for her children and also stated they share no minor children, which suggests that maybe Aaron never actually officially adopted Eloise. Then, as if this wasn't enough, just 2 days after the restraining order was granted against him, Aaron sat for an interview with TMZ on July 19th, where he accused Denise of having an affair and alleged she had a substance abuse problem, which is how she obtained the injuries she had used in her evidence against him. According to his interview, Aaron said that he had learned of Denise's infidelity at the beginning of this year, when he found text messages between her and another man on her laptop. He told TMZ that he confronted Denise about the alleged affair and they decided to stay together, until the fight on July 4th, which Aaron says started because his phone had been missing, and when he asked Denise where it was, she allegedly hit and scratched him before leaving his phone smashed in a bin. Aaron told TMZ he thought Denise smashed his phone because it contained evidence of her affair. In this interview, Aaron also denied all accusations of physical and emotional abuse, saying he never laid a hand on Denise. Let's have a quick reminder.
what's your kind of explanation? Because you say you deny all abuse allegations ever.
I did not hit my wife in the face, ever. I grabbed her and restrained her. She falls down a lot. And it's embarrassing, and people know it.
That specific incident that she said, I believe it happened in 2022, the black guy. Yeah. You do know how she got that?
She stumbled and hit a pole with a light on it. I was in my office. I have other people that were there, but I've never struck her in the face. I didn't. I'm appalled that she even said that. I can't do this. She's not changing. She needs help. She's not. I love her. I want her to get help. The fact that she put this thing with me beating her, I'm like devastated. I'm really heartbroken. I didn't want this, and I wanted to work it out, but she's got to get help because it's not for me now. It's for herself and her daughters, and I'm really worried about Eloise. Like it's not a good situation. So she needs to get help. She's got to get cleaned up. And be responsible and own what she's doing, because that's it.
Okay, so that brings us up to date to where we were at the end of the last video. But so much more has happened since then, including more accusations, more evidence, calls to 911, dog custody battles, and details of Denise's affair revealed. So let's get into it all right now. So, after Aaron's interview with TMZ on July 19th, the next update came on July 21st, when Us Weekly reported that on Sunday, July 20th, Aaron had gone to the Lost Hills station for the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department to file a police report against Denise for vandalism, theft, and assault. Though the reason for this filing and the details of the allegations are yet to be publicly disclosed, clearly Aaron is fighting fire with fire, and the lawsuits are going to keep mounting. In this same article on July 21st, Us Weekly also shared Aaron's heartfelt email to family and friends, which addresses Denise's abuse allegations against him. I have included it here in full. It says, quote, "To our family and close friends, this is the hardest letter I've ever had to write. I just got some of my contacts back after being without my cell phone since the 4th of July. I'm reaching out today not in anger, but in heartbreak, as a man, a husband, a son, a brother, and a father who has spent years loving, supporting, and protecting his family. I love my wife more than words can ever fully express. That has never changed, but the recent public allegations made against me are not only false, they are devastating. I have never, ever physically harmed my wife, and I did not give her a black eye. I have only ever stepped in to protect her or others, including separating her from physically attacking her daughter, always coming from a place of care and concern. The effects of these allegations have reached beyond me. My elderly parents, ages 83 and 84, and my brother, who have devoted themselves to caring for our daughter Eloise and Denise's animals and supporting our family without pay for over 3 years, are now being targeted and publicly shamed. They live in unbearable conditions, no hot water, no gas, no air conditioning in 100+ degree heat, and no financial support to buy basic supplies. Yet they continue to serve with love and loyalty. This is a clear and present danger to all of us. Privately, I've wrestled with the painful truth that Denise has been involved in an ongoing affair with her Special Forces instructor, Rudy Reyes, something I confronted her about earlier this year. She begged me not to leave, saying it was nothing and that she only loved me. Then she denied it all, even the explicit messages I found. Despite her promise to stop, more lies and shocking evidence emerged. On July 4th, a simple act, ordering food for our daughter Eloise, led to an unthinkable discovery. Denise accused me of using her card, and in the confusion, my phone disappeared. After searching for over 20 hours and being physically attacked when I asked for it back, I eventually found it smashed inside a trash bag, hidden beneath rotting garbage and litter. When I asked why, she denied it completely. That same night, she texted me saying she was filing for divorce. I filed instead at 12:01 a.m. that Monday morning. Since then, I've experienced stalking, an AirTag placed on my car, been denied access to my personal belongings, and watched my elderly parents become frightened and mistreated, simply because they supported me and helped take care of Denise's animals, her daughter, and our home. This isn't just a relationship breaking down, it's a cry for help. I say this with love, not judgment. Denise needs intervention. For nearly a decade, she has struggled with an addiction to Vicodin, which she jokingly calls vitamin D or white chestnuts, mixed with Adderall and tequila. Some of you know this has been an issue for over 20 years. She's no longer eating real meals, and I've witnessed her pass out from substances, putting herself and others in danger, including while driving with our daughter. I never wanted to share this publicly, but the damage is no longer just within our home. It's hurting everyone who loves her, supports her, and continues to believe in the best parts of her. My mother has given over 13,000 hours of unpaid dog care alone, saving Denise nearly $327,000. And yet, we are being treated as if we are the problem. We're struggling just to survive, while she flies Rudy to private hotels under the guise of work trips. I ask each of you, from a place of love and truth, to pray for Denise, to pray for healing, for clarity, and for her to get the help she so desperately needs, and to protect our family, especially my elderly parents, from the false narratives being spread. I remain open to reconciliation, healing, and truth, but I cannot stand by in silence as the people I love are being harmed, publicly and privately, while the truth is buried beneath a story that simply isn't real. Thank you for hearing my heart. Please reach out if you need clarity. I'm here and I'm still holding hope, not just for myself, but for all of us. With love and respect, Aaron. Following this heartfelt, emotional letter, a few days later, on July 25th, Aaron went nuclear and leaked all the evidence he had of Denise's affair and alleged substance abuse problem. In an exclusive interview with the Daily Mail, Aaron claimed that he found out about her affair back in April and she had promised to break it off. But he later caught her lying again just 1 month later about another hookup with Rudy Reyes at a Hilton Garden Inn in Burbank, California. He claimed that this discovery in May led to the explosive blowout on the 4th of July weekend. In his interview with Daily Mail, Aaron said, quote, "I'm brokenhearted and effing tired. Really, she's effed me up." He added, quote, "We've been together 9 years, and for her to do that and to lie to me consistently, I'm totally tired and drained." Aaron went on to explain that before he even uncovered the affair, the couple's relationship was struggling, in part due to her alleged addiction to prescription pills and tequila. He said, quote, "She's got a real problem." Continuing, "She's there on her computer and taking stuff. Then she hides the bottles. It's gotten out of hand, and I'm really concerned." He added, quote, "She buys them in bottles of 500 pills. I don't know where she gets them from, but she always has them." Continuing, "I don't know what the market rate for those are, but it's $10, $20, $30, $50 each pill. You do the math. A lot of money is going out the window for that." Aaron concluded with, quote, "She mixes it too with booze, and she stays up all night." Aaron was obviously willing to work with Denise to get through her alleged substance issues, and the pair remained together until April, when Aaron claims he discovered 107 raunchy texts between Denise and Special Forces Rudy Reyes on Denise's phone, including details of their secret rendezvous at various hotels. He claims it was this discovery that led him to file for divorce. Before we get into all the texts and screenshot evidence that Aaron provided, let's first discuss what made Aaron suspicious to go looking for evidence of an affair in the first place. In his interview with Daily Mail, Aaron said, quote, "I just had this feeling that something was off because her behavior had changed. She was being kind of cool to me. I opened her phone. We both know each other's passwords. So I opened it up and then I went to her deleted texts, and there were 107 of them between her and this guy. I went through them and it just broke my heart." Denise met Rudy when she was filming for Special Forces World's Toughest Test, as he appears as one of the show's presenters and instructors. According to the Daily Mail, after reviewing these 107 texts, they confirm that they revealed multiple discussions about setting up, quote, "hotel sex sessions," as well as multiple nude and graphic photos and videos shared between the pair. And the Daily Mail included screenshots. So let's take a look. I'll be leaving out the new photos as I don't want to circulate those any further. However, they are out there, so you can go and find them if you'd like. But here, I'll just be diving into the content of the texts. So, the first exchange shared by the Daily Mail is fairly PG. It shows a photo of Denise blowing a kiss with the text, "Sweet dreams" underneath. To which Reyes replies, pretty baby, so pretty D, really. Another exchange, uncovered from May 9th, shows a nude photo of Reyes, with Denise's reply, you are fire. To which Reyes said, quote, this weekend means a lot to me. I hope you and the family are well and happy. Hope you can come see us next Thursday. Sending my love, R. It honestly creeps me out how he can wish her family well while sending her nude photos and breaking up a marriage. But we'll move on. So, the next string of messages shows Denise and Reyes planning to meet in LA. It starts with Denise writing, quote, if you have time while you're in LA, let me know. To which Reyes replied, maybe you see me? Denise said, you're staying in Burbank? What afternoon or evening is best for you? I'm in West Hollywood Thursday. I wrap around 3:30. I can go to you after. Reyes responds, wonderful. Thursday Eve, I wrap 1800 Thursday. Denise then struggles to figure out what time 1800 is before replying, what part of town, Burbank? And Reyes drops a pin to a Hilton Garden Inn. Another message shows an explicit photo of Denise in a thong and a cowboy hat alongside the message, inappropriate. However, I will be in Bev Hills tomorrow. I have a meeting in the AM and I'll be there all day. I can't get there tonight. The texts Aaron claims were sent by Denise also show an exchange kickstarted by Reyes, where he said, quote, I adore you, to which she responds, likewise, I really can't wait to talk to you in person actually. I felt a connection as a human being when I met you, and you put that potato sack over my head, referring to her time on Special Forces. To which Reyes replied, that's my favourite part, getting to know you, suggesting this was much more than just a sexual affair or some hookups. Denise then replied with another racy photo of herself in a black bra exposing her left breast. And in the final exchange shared by Daily Mail from as early as February, Reyes can be seen sending a long string of texts to Denise, saying, quote, I have never shared a thing, it's only me and you, but I am single. I hope I'm not tempting you, but you are fine as a mother effer. I'm here till Sunday. I will see what I can do. Sweet love, you're amazing. When he first discovered the damning evidence of the affair, Aaron said Denise apologised profusely and promised to break it off, offering to let him look through her phone whenever he wanted to rebuild trust. But this didn't last long, and she allegedly went back to making plans with Reyes. He said, quote, it turns out she's got another number too, which I just found out about. It kills me. She's been setting up times to meet with him out of town while creating fights with me. He claims most of the fights were over Aaron's parents, who live in one of Denise's properties in Calabasas, where they take care of her 15 dogs. To conclude the article, Daily Mail shared a statement from Denise's divorce attorney, Brett Berman, which had been released on July 22nd in response to Aaron's decision to file a police report against her and circulate details of her affair. The statement said, quote, in addition to the repeated abuse perpetrated by Mr. Phypers against Miss Richards throughout the party's marriage, Mr. Phypers has continued to harass Miss Richards since being served with the temporary restraining order by, among other things, disseminating private information from Miss Richards' cell phone and laptop, which he stole. These actions continue to disturb Miss Richards' peace. We have warned Mr. Phypers in writing not to disseminate any information from Miss Richards' stolen cell phone and laptop, but he continues to do so. Miss Richards will not be responding to Mr. Phypers' false allegations in a public forum and will be addressing Mr. Phypers' abuse in court. True to her word, on Monday, July 28th, Denise filed court documents obtained by TMZ where she claimed Aaron violated the temporary restraining order by, quote, disturbing her peace when he sent her private information to the media from her laptop. She requested that the judge ask Aaron to return the laptop and all of its photos and recordings, along with any cell phones he may have of hers, to her lawyer, and she'll collect them from him. Shortly after filing these documents, on July 30th, their judge signed an order that required Aaron to return Denise's phone and laptop to her lawyer within 48 hours. The judge also ordered that Aaron refrain from any further distributions that involved Denise's intimate body parts. However, Aaron denies that he broke the law by leaking these photos, claiming that he did not steal the laptop or phones. He states that the photos that Denise referred to were taken on his devices, saying, quote, let me be very clear. all photos, videos, and communications she is referring to originated from my phone, which I lawfully own. Nothing was stolen or hacked. We were a married couple who shared everything: phones, iPads, laptops. Denise often insisted on transparency between us and even asked me, in both verbal and written messages, to check her phone to rebuild trust after I discovered her affair in early April. On August 1st, Us Weekly spoke with former Assistant US Attorney in the Southern District of New York, Jennifer Beadle, to find out if Aaron really did break the law. Beadle stated that if Denise can prove that Aaron stole or illegally accessed her phone and laptop, it could be a violation of her restraining order against him, and could also, quote, violate California statutes preventing unauthorized access to computer systems, data theft, and invasion of privacy. Those statutory violations amount to felonies and could lead to several years' imprisonment. But since Aaron claims that Denise gave him access to the devices over the course of their relationship, this will make it much more difficult to prove theft or unauthorized access. Beadle said, quote, it is unlikely that this case will move out of the state system because there don't appear to be factors implicating federal interests. However, even if he isn't found guilty of theft or unauthorized access, Aaron may still face charges for revenge porn, which could land him up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Speaking on this charge, Beadle stated, quote, California has a revenge porn statute that makes it a crime to post sexually explicit photos or videos without consent when doing so causes serious emotional distress. Even if the estranged spouse took the photos, disseminating them beyond what the subject consented to could violate the statute. So, Aaron could be in trouble here. Circling back to the timeline then, after a judge ordered Aaron to return the laptop, he and his lawyers were quick to claim he didn't have it. But at a court date on Friday, August 8th, regarding the TRO, Denise hit back, claiming there's a video of Aaron with the laptop. Though they didn't show this video in court, according to TMZ, the video is said to be security footage of Aaron running away from Denise's home with her computer in his hands. Literally caught red-handed stealing her laptop, which could amount to a federal crime. According to reports, the next hearing on the restraining order is set for September 8th, so let's keep our eyes peeled for more updates then. So, while that's the latest update in the restraining order, laptop theft and leaked nudes drama, there's even more ongoing accusations where that came from. In fact, on Monday, August 4th, law enforcement officers told TMZ that LA County Sheriff's deputies were called to Aaron's home the day before, on Sunday, August 3rd, after Denise showed up at his home to collect one of her dogs, violating the terms of her restraining order against him, which clearly state that the pair can't get within 100 yards of each other. According to an inside source, Denise showed up unannounced, went around the back of the house and started banging on the door, demanding to be let inside. Aaron saw what was happening and immediately left the home via a separate exit because he was concerned about the restraining order. After leaving the home, Aaron promptly dialed 911, telling the dispatcher that he, quote, fears for his parents.
In Calabasas, informant states his ex-wife named a call, showed up to informant's house, and the ex-wife has a temporary restraining order against the informant. Informant left. Ex-wife at informant's home with his parents. Informant no longer in area and fears for his parents.
Allegedly, Aaron's parents eventually let Denise inside. According to reports, once in the home, Denise, quote, barged in and demanded the dog, screaming at his parents that they needed to get out of the house and putting her finger in their faces. She then went after Aaron's brother, allegedly swinging at him and throwing mail at him. Although deputies attended the scene, they concluded that no crimes had been committed and no arrests were made. But the following day, Denise's divorce attorney, Brett Berman, released a statement to TMZ, saying, quote, Miss Richards did not violate a restraining order. On August 3rd, 2025, after confirming that Mr. Phypers was not present in her home, Miss Richards entered the home to retrieve her dogs after learning that Mr. Phypers had put down one of her other dogs without her knowledge or permission. Aaron was quick to respond to this wild accusation, claiming there was no truth to it at all. He later released a statement saying, quote, absolutely false. not true on both accusations. Denise's attorney has consistently struck out in pursuit of the truth. There's a difference between telling the truth and trying to protect your client. He continued, quote, Denise's actions are willfully intentional in the slander and destruction of what is left of a family. This is after Denise chose to carry on an adulterous affair, after being caught not once, not twice, but 3 times. Having the title of attorney or being a celebrity does not put you above the law. It does not give you the right to humiliate others for the sake of your interests. Both of these actions have been readily apparent here in the last couple of weeks. But after releasing this statement on August 4th, Aaron's story mysteriously shifted just 3 days later. On August 7th, Aaron admitted in a statement to People magazine that Denise's dog did pass away, but that it wasn't his fault. He said, quote, Denise hasn't interacted with the animals in 2 years and never has wanted knowledge or wanted to give her permission to any type of care for the animals. A source close to Aaron added, quote, Melanie, a sweet elder dog who Aaron loved, had late-stage cancer and was suffering when he took her for help, as the vet insisted the few days she had left being in pain were better met with putting her to sleep and off to heaven. It was a painful decision. To say she was put down is hurtful. So, while battle lines are drawn and the pair continue to throw degrading, shocking, and hurtful insults and accusations back and forth, Denise has decided that now is the perfect time to return to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. On August 2nd, Denise was spotted out for dinner at Madre in LA, filming with Erika Jayne and Sutton Stracke. According to reports by TMZ, cameras were up capturing Denise's dramatic entrance into the restaurant, as well as intimate conversations about her ongoing divorce battle. Erika confirmed the rumors on the August 5th episode of her Diamonds in the Rough podcast. On the episode, Erika's co-host Teddy Mellencamp quizzed her about the reports. Let's have a quick listen.
We have a couple little housewife headlines. I know you can't talk about it.
Okay.
But I saw you filming with Denise.
Who, by the way, told me to tell you hello.
By the way, because I texted her probably.
Yep. We had a nice conversation. That's what I can say. And
yeah.
I don't want anybody to go through what Denise is going through.
No, I don't either. I mean, that is hell. But I saw that she just had a win today, that there were stolen items, I guess, and she's getting them back.
As she should.
I mean, this is all alleged. This is coming from who knows what. But yeah, so I don't know. I saw you filming, but I only saw some of you guys filming with
It was
her.
just
You and Sutton, I think.
Yeah, Sutton and I.
Yeah. And I saw that Kyle and
Rachel and Dorit were living it up in the Hamptons.
This scene with Erika and Sutton had everyone speculating whether or not Denise would be returning as a full-time housewife. Then, on August 14th, Bravo and Cocktails shared some of their insider knowledge, claiming, quote, Denise Richards, filming often with her divorce storyline set to be highlighted toward the end of the season. She's not currently full-time, but could be bumped to friend of status at the last minute. Looks like this source is credible, and Denise might be getting a bigger role than we first thought. As on August 18th, an insider told Star, quote, producers are desperate to save the show, and Denise and Aaron's drama is too irresistible to pass up. They continued, quote, most of the Beverly Hills gals aren't happy. Denise burned a lot of bridges before, and now here she is stealing all the headlines again. And allegedly, new housewife, Rachel Zoe, is also livid about Denise's return, with blind items flying that Rachel has refused to film with Denise and feels that Denise is stealing her spotlight. Kind of a wild stance to take as a brand new housewife, but okay. So, as of the date of recording on August 20th, it's still unclear whether Denise will be returning as a full-time housewife or a friend of. What do you think? Would you like to see her back? Should she claim back her diamond? Or is Denise best in a friend of role? I'd love to hear all your thoughts in the comments below. And that's it for today's video. This was a tough one to get through, with more legal accusations than you could even imagine possible in the 6 weeks since the divorce was first filed. So thank you for sticking with me if you made it to the end. With the September 8th court date just around the corner, I'll be sure to keep you updated as more news unfolds. So if you haven't already, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more reality TV news and updates as they happen. Thanks for watching.